So, hi there, here's Dieter from Northern Germany, and I just wanted to make a short announcement. When I look to YouTube these days, and I've been offline for some days now, I guess it's about 3 weeks or something like that, I find something very astonishing or interesting, at least, which is, well, you may even have suggested it, that we all are now France. We stand together with France. And now I need to get some kind of different picture here. So we stand together in unity. We stand with Paris is the message. And this message is something I do not support. I do not stand with Paris. I stand with the people of France and not with Paris and with France itself, according to all of France's action. And also we have this then these days, which is the very funny, we are YouTube and now are the same like Facebook, where you then find all of these guys who do the Facebook thing then, and I need to get somewhere without. Anyway, so you see this is the coloring, the flag coloring, and here is my little mouse, the mouse then, the flag coloring of YouTube. And the same thing with Facebook pictures. And frankly, to be said, I am not France. I don't want to be France. I don't want to love Paris. Paris is a very, very beautiful city, but I'm not going to do these solidarity things. All of these pictures now flooding my Facebook page. And if you're serious, if you're a serious person, you normally, and if you see something like, where is this different kind of button now? I need to get this copied here. You see these Facebook things then, and it's very, very well, these things which you might have suggested I wanted to show. This is the thing which is in the end not what I like. I mean, it's a peace symbol then, with a Paris Eiffel dome creative change. And so, or these other things like, wait a minute, where the people can color their, exactly where this is. I would copy it and I hope I don't get the name on it of people. So I will have to blend out the name of the persons because I don't want to de-anonymize my friends on the friend list. So 11 people have liked this one. Change your product, your profile picture to show your support for France. And so people liked it. It's like 11 people. Okay, now anyway. So this is my Facebook network. It's an in parts anonymous network, but anyway. Change your profile picture to support France and to show solidarity with the people of France. In general, this is something, and it's a political and in the system installed new feature. Check it out. So you can simply color then your profile picture like these person have done it. And why is this something I do not like to do? And is it something which is not good for a Christian to do? Or why is it very dangerous to do so? Or maybe even stupid, or somehow not good? But I did a few videos in German where I discussed what I think about these new anti-terror flags which are put into the European landscape to then militarize and radicalize the political and the country's landscape in Europe, and in the end maybe even to pull Europe to the right and to install new understanding in the paradigm and the sociological and psychological understanding of the Europeans, that terror is to be fought in Syria, even if it's the direct response of the terror attacks of France, the Americans, the Saudis and the coalition against ISIS. So it's a part of the war, and if France is in a war, it must calculate that it will be re-attacked if it's attacking ISIS, and so the Islamic State, and it has created together with the Americans the Islamic State, and this is nothing very new. But anyway, why am I not solidaric? Because I think it's stupid to create and to have and to support this solidarization moment, even if it in this case may even support, and this is what I discussed in German, the Russians in their attempt to do a peace deal with John Kerry, which has been the direct aftermath of this attack. So the political unification moment and the follow-up of the Iran deal to create a Syria deal is something which is good in the end, but is a problem if it has side effects. The side effects is Europe shifts to the right, and Europe will be possibly much more likely be split by that, and all of these developments will be well known from you if you are a political and other content workers or possibly alternative media branch or in the branch of alternative news and real news or truth-based news and so on. So is there something which is not discussed and which needs to be diversified to enlarge the content range? Would the one thing be to discuss? How would be the second thing? How does Jesus see these things? How is God related and relating to anti-terror war? I mean, it's obvious the sword is given to those in power of a country to rule out and to fight terrorism and to fight out crime and criminal things. So the sword in a way has been given, despite all things of crime of Bashar al-Assad, to Assad to fight evil things. But on the other side, over the years, Assad has done so many crimes that the Syrian country has been split into different parts. In a way, I think the sword is even given to the Russian, from my viewpoint. Military power, military success, the political and other moment to be successful in Syria. And you can even say it's given by God, if you like. Because Russia is doing what the Americans and the French should have done before. It's really fighting ISIS and not supporting ISIS and pretending to fight ISIS, but in the end supporting ISIS to get rid of Assad. So if the Russians are now successfully going after ISIS, their moment is as logic, as diplomatic results, as Iran follow-up peace moment, as solidarization moment in we are France, we are Paris, even if it's not good to solidarize and then build ongoing surveillance state, militarization, military industry, delivering and war resulting reasons, which is the solidarization moment result number one. If you have an outer enemy which you use to unify, it has side effects, and the side effect is to pull it to the right, to pull it to anti-Islam, even if it's somehow French-like, Charlie Hebdo-like, and pretending to be liberal or libertarian or something like that. Not libertarian, but liberal or atheistic or something like that. The negative thing is, and the moment may be given then really to Russia, and Russia is now sending possibly ground troops, and they are possibly sitting together, and this is what I would assume in a positive way of discussing and diversifying the debate, which is normally a little bit linear to see a competition between the Americans and the Russians and the Europeans and the Russians, and not the possibility or the enablement moment of a unification moment, which is the diplomatic moment of the time at the moment. So I discussed it, and not much system critical brands do so, and so please do so if you watch this content. Do more and better content and diversify these solutions so that there is a real moment which is also a political moment in the alternative media, which is bottlenecked by left-right paradigm being polarized, or by running after the lead of Russia or as a content provider or something like that, which is broader than it has been before and getting better, but it's not so as it might be. So if you are someone in the alternative media, you need to discuss it from a very broad perspective, and you need to diversify it, and so do more and better content to how Russia may possibly solve this in a positive way. And is it as I've discussed it? Is Russia on the way to do peace down there in the Middle East? Is this the operational phase of the follow-up peace moment of the Iran deal, which I've discussed now for some weeks? So I will do more and better content, excuse my stumbling, and use the search function on my channel, which is access to much content which might lead you to a different mind process, and be blessed and challenged and changed.